This is such an excellent question, and it's something that I've been thinking about ever since I got involved in looking into the way the British media reports on the British royal family and their relationship. In terms of who has the power and who is the victim, I think there are good arguments for both sides of this, for why the British media is the victim or the perpetrator or the British royal family. I kind of fall in a yes and mindset. I think that their relationship is very symbiotic. In Endgame, Scobie talks about both of these arguments. On the one hand, print media in particular needs the royals. They boost sales anytime they are a topic of conversation. And I think it's one of the reasons that print journalists are so protective about their royal rota status if they have it. It is something that most people do not have. It is a selling point. It is their job. And it's also one of the few perks that you have being in print media right now, just because of the rules and regulations around being in the royal rota. I've seen this argument that because of digital media, the British royals can bypass the entire system and just post information that they want out there on social media. But I actually think because of the place we're in right now, they actually really do need the papers to produce consent and buy-in for the institution as a whole. This is a research paper published in 2022 by Dr. Laura Clancy, titled, "If You Move in the Same Circles as the Royals, Then You'll Get Stories About Them. Royal Correspondence, Cultural Intermediaries, and Class." In this piece, Dr. Laura Clancy discusses how a majority of royal commentators come from an upper class, elite, white background. And this, according to Dr. Laura Clancy, reproduces the norms on which the monarchy relies. Researcher Peter Conlin is quoted in this piece as saying that they are a precarious working class seeking upward mobility. I think overall what this piece is saying is that it's easy to create buy-in for an institution that you either see yourself in or have been adjacent to. A great example of this is Victoria Arbiter, whose father, Dickie Arbiter, was a royal reporter and then actually worked for the palace. She's created an entire career off of that connection. And the monarchy, I think, really depends on that loyalty, which, as Dr. Clancy says, quote, "If they are loyal to royalty, involved in the process of shoring up royal power and reproducing elite privilege, this again raises questions of class networks, impartiality, and objectivity," end quote. So I think that this paper gives a good argument for why both groups need each other. Reporters for that perceived closeness or protecting groups of which they are a part of, and the royal family for the buy-in that royal reporters give the public for why they should continue to support the monarchy. Where I fall right now is that both sides need each other, and perhaps there are times where one scale tips in favor of the other, but I think overall they both benefit from the other's existence and would have a hard time surviving without it. I want to end on this point. As I've maintained from the beginning, I think that this is a system that hurts everyone in the British royal family, even people that are currently up with the media at the moment. It's such a tightrope you have to walk, and since all comms teams are working to make their principal look good, it also hurts family relationships in the process. I think while it can appear to benefit one person for a certain amount of time, I think long-term, it's incredibly destructive.